All right, now let's assume that we have a decent setup, and I will say that's a huge assumption. In fact, when we work with players, it's very much when we make a diagnosis. Every golf lesson has these elements. We diagnose what's happening by watching what the ball does. Then we explain it to the student, and we correct it. Diagnosis, explanation, correction. So the biggest part of the diagnosis is what is the golf ball doing. And it's so funny. Oftentimes someone will call me and say, "Oh, I really need help, Todd. Can you help me with my golf swing?" And I'll say, "Well, what's the ball doing?" They say, "Oh, it's just doing everything." Well, I said, "I'm sure it is. Tell me, what is the ball doing?" They'll say, "Well, my right elbow is here and my knee, I'm not shifting my weight and I'm not using the ground." I said, That's great, Fred." I said, "But what's the ball doing?" And they'll say, "Well, I'm not pronating my wrist, and my elbow is," and I'll say, "Fred, that's fantastic." I said, "But what's the ball doing?" And for the life of them, 9 times out of 10, it takes me 3 or 4 or 5 times to get them to actually think about what the ball is actually doing. It really is a different way of thinking. Most people just do not think like this. We are so, I don't want to use the word brainwashed, but we are so molded to think about. In fact, if you've had golf instruction in the past, it probably sounds a little bit like this. Now, Fred, make sure that when you grip the club, the V form between your thumb and your forefinger on your left hand is going to your right shoulder. And the V form between your thumb and your forefinger on your left hand goes just inside of your left shoulder. Now, at address, make sure that your left arm is straight, your right elbow is tucked into your side, your feet are 12.5 inches apart, and the left foot is toed out at 22 degrees. Now, from there, when you start the swing, the golf club goes straight back for 12 inches, not in or out. The left arm stays straight, the right elbow into the side. I kick the left knee in, the golf club at the top of the swing points at the target. I coil my lower half, and then from there, I drive the lower body towards the target. I pull on the butt end of the club. I don't release it yet for maximum distance. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay, now. And above all, relax. So we don't teach golf like that, okay? We give you 1 or 2 thoughts to get the golf club face square, the path straight at the right angle. So it is the body action is very important, but you can never describe the body action or any action in isolation of how it affects how the club meets the ball. So we must find a grip that when you swing, arrive the golf club face back to square. Now, I just assume that 75% of you tend to fade, okay? So I'm going to talk to you for a minute. If your ball is fading, that means you picked up the golf club someday, sometime, you hit a golf ball, you swung, the face was a little open, and the ball went over there. Now, golf is a reaction game, and I hope that someday you will be able to understand that golf is a reaction game. What do I mean by that? I mean that you are going to react to what the ball does, and it doesn't matter how strong-willed you are, how smart we are, how long we've been playing, or how much we've trained certain movements. If you stand on the first tee and you hit the ball with the face open and the ball goes over there, you will swing over here. Promise, you will. Doesn't matter what your name is or how long you've been playing. If you hit a golf ball with the face open, the ball will curve over there. You will then begin to swing over here. Now, there's 20 or 30% of the people that when the first time they pick up a golf club, they hit the ball with the face slightly closed. The ball goes over there. Then I begin to swing over here. Now you can see that puts the bottom of the swing in the wrong place behind the golf ball, and the club is actually swinging on the way up when I hit it. So I lose solid contact. So the sooner we can understand that the golf is a reaction game, and I can stand perfectly, hit it great on the range. I had a friend, I was hitting golf balls on the range, and he came up to me, he says, "Todd, how you doing?" I said, "Oh man, I'm hitting it great today." He says, "Are you at Buffalo?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "Are you at home on the range?" I've been teaching golf 35 years, I've never heard that. Well, a lot of us are at home on the range, and as soon as we go out on the golf course, the ball goes crazy and we don't know what to do about it. It's because we're reacting to the first bad shot. So when you come and take a lesson here at Queenstown Harbor with Shay or Mike or Josh or myself, you will find that we will teach you what is the ball doing. We'll teach you how to react correctly to what the ball's doing instead of being tossed to and fro by everything that the golf ball does. So, we must have the correct grip on the club. That grip must arrive the face back to a reasonably square position. And then secondly, the swing path, the direction this club is moving, needs to be moving towards the target when I hit at the right angle. So again, gasp, I grip the club, I aim the club, I stand to where that club puts me with the right posture. Now, my shoulder turns to make room for this club to swing up. I swing the club down as I turn through, watch. I'll do it slowly so you can see it kind of slow. That's a good shot. That's a good looking golf swing right there. Watch. Watch again. This club is in the right direction, but it's in the wrong plane. Okay? This club is in the right plane, but it's in the wrong direction. So again, I grip it, I aim the club, I stand to it with the right posture. That was a good one. See ya.